Hi, welcome. Uh, this is HMG. If you were here a few moments ago, it probably looks pretty familiar. This is Krithel versus Skele, game 2. Skele has won the first game. I unfortunately did not watch it, but luckily somebody in this booth did. Hi, Muffins. What happened in game 1?
Hey, Sean. It was a very interesting game 1. We had some really interesting logical implications that we don't usually see. The hook shot basically locked most of the seed, and we were looking for the hook shot. So it locked Maya, Hera, Swamp. It locked the mirror, both fire sources, both gloves. So it was an interesting one. So we'll see if we get as interesting a logical seed as we did at the time this time.
Was the hookshot available, or did we see a bunch of hovering?
Nope, it was needed. It was Swamp was a crystal,
okay.
so we did see a bunch of hovering. But
Nice.
It was just sitting there on Pendant Blind.
I did see when Krithel was warming up for game 1, he did a Trinex hover pretty flawlessly, so pretty good. Starting at Link's house, we can just have a shield. I guess the first shield is fine in this mode. It's like I use it to line stuff up in the speedrun because I have no choice but to get it. Otherwise, we can skip the rest of them.
Okay, well, we see the hookshot sitting there on Hylia Island, first item this time, so we're not going to worry about it this time.
This guard's kind of a jerk.
Yeah, it really can be. And we saw that Skele picked up a sword out of Sank, so... Oh, Krithel's a bit short here.
Yeah, a little bit. Oh, no.
Oh, the worst short I've ever seen.
Oh, man. That's not just glitch jail. That's one of those jails that like is open air and overlooking the ocean or something.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen that particular pixel be hit on this glitch, so... Alright, so we do see we've got a green pendant Eastern this time.
Oh, that's fun. Krithel just water auto walks.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, that's how that works. Right. Glitches, not even once. Alright.
Okay, and a lamp.
Oh, always love to see a fire source on the way to Kakariko. I wonder if that's going to push Skele into the village. Looks like
we'll see.
It's like going up the mountain.
Yeah, we had an unfortunate death from Krithel early on the mountain. 3 hearts, green mail. Doing lumberjack DMA means that you're at risk of being hit by some boulders and some squirrels. Skele checking lumberjack here makes a lot of sense with the lamp and a sword already, but it's just 100 rupees.
Skele put it in an up teleport instead of a down teleport, just 1 pixel short there. And there's the lumberjack DMA, which I still don't know, and the glitch map guide has been nuked, so fantastic.
We are slowly recovering.
Yeah, I saw you. It has been updated rather recently because the TR mirrorless laser bridge wrap now has a guide. Yeah, that was one of the ones that went away.
So this is nice. Doing old man this early with the lamp is just an absolute rarity in HMG.
Yeah, I usually do the quote-unquote new DMA, so just do old man from the front, and yeah, 9 times out of 10 it's completely in the dark, which is fine since you start with boots. You can just kick up dust to see where you are, but it's nice to not have to do that sometimes.
And Skele does get our first bombs of the seed 3 minutes in.
And going to Graveyard Ledge anyway? Oh, going to King's Tomb, I see. It's the wild card.
Yeah? Yeah, I mean, Graveyard Ledge is fine there, I think. You top up on bombs, you get that extra item. Or you come to King's Tomb and pull Bombos.
Bombos, okay. It'll be interesting to see if krithel gets back there and if it's even required.
Yeah, because King's Tomb is something you can leave quite a long time. It's a single check. You're locked there afterwards, so you're doing nothing else except to save and quit. So it's often to leave it for quite a while.
Really gonna do dam, and I'm guessing mini Moldorm. I don't really see much reason to go over toward desert area.
I think you're right. I think mini Moldorm, save and quit, and then probably into Kakariko, depending on what else we get.
Also
Or the
depends how
flip
much.
check.
Depends how much he wants to go over to Paradox Cave, because you do have a sword, which means that you can get into Tower of Hera rather easily. However, krithel importantly has that hook shot, so we'll be able to kill the boss.
Yeah, and we got the big key in the basement anyway, so not locked by Misery Maya today.
I'm looking for that small key.
Yeah, that will be important depending on our Swamp Palace situation.
Meanwhile, they call him Skele the Burninator. He burninated all the mini Moldorms.
I think that's fine. I mean, you can chase them around for a while, but it saves... Oh no. Unfortunate. Skele did pick up the hammer out of Mini Moldorm Cave, so that's 2 early hammers we've had in these 2 seeds.
Yeah, hammer can be a lot of gross places in HMG, because the things that are traditionally locked by hammer largely are not, so... Like the overworld stuff, at least.
Well, there's that small key. Still only have 1 item out of here, though, so it's potentially locked in the basement with the other item, depending on what we get on Moldorm here. Meanwhile, Skele has headed to Kakariko.
Half magic is nice. Unless we have to fake powder at some point.
Well, now we've got the medallion, we can do some nice medallion cancelling to burn our magic.
Yeah, how's that work again? You just, like, ledge hop, keep the direction held down, and then just spam the medallion against the pit?
Yeah, you kind of need to hit it as you teeter. Or you can spin speed, but spin speed into Bombos. And that will also cancel the medallion for you. But still spend the magic.
Why are we spinning on Moldorm? Because he's keeping his sword out for safety, and you kind of take opportunistic spins when you do that strat. He did it correctly. When you have to do the enrage phase on Moldorm, it's just better to keep your sword out, because you can set up a dash or like you just saw, that opportunistic spin if you get pinned against the pit.
So that puts krithel at crystal number 1 for the seed. Skele is cleaning up Kakariko, and we're going to see Graveyard Lich here.
I wasn't paying attention. Did we find a Hera small?
We found the small in the big chest. We did not. Oh, and I think we also found the second item actually. So.
And there's the flippers.
All right.
Let's go.
So Swamp is still potentially logically... Well, Swamp is logically locked either by Maya or the Mirror and Moonpearl. It is definitely Moonpearl locked either way. So... we are indeed finding the items we got in the last seed just in reverse order.
So Swamp is Moonpearl locked, even though the way to get in there from Hera is required. Still Moonpearl
So you're
locked?
never required to use the small key from Hera to unlock Swamp. You're always required to use the one from Maya. We often use the one from Hera because, as in this seed, we don't have a second item, an item in the basement, and so that saves us the trip through Maya.
Yeah.
Especially if it happens to be a pendant.
Yeah, because if the Hyrule Castle key is not in Dark Cross, then you can spend the key in Swamp and lock yourself out of Hera Basement forever, something like that.
Exactly, yeah. Whereas in Maya, you are you're supposed to be not opening the rupee room door in the basement, which nobody ever opens, and that's where our extra key from Maya comes from. I think most people don't even know that door exists.
Yeah, it's in the first dark room where you or second dark room? I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
first
the
one was
bottom.
Samaria. Yeah.
First one with Samaria. Okay. Need to learn to never doubt myself. Ooh, that's a nice mirror.
Yeah.
The mirror is one of those convenience items. We can usually get around it for the stuff it's usually required for, but there are other applications that we can use it for as well.
Yeah, and in HMG, it does open up possibilities for Moonpearl being in Pyramid Fairy. It does give us logical access to Pyramid Fairy and the Pyramid Screen.
Does it give West Dark World as well for the Bunny Mirror DMD?
It does. So that means that we have a few checks in VU that are in logic as well. And Skullwoods
Holy.
with Bunny Dungeon Revival.
Yep, setting up for a Super M Spicy Pearl.
Okay, krithel does pick up our second sword of the seed, so we're not going to be on a sword hunt. We weren't last seed either, so that's nice. And you missed the previous one, but both runners avoided the blue boomerang sitting in the library, and Skele has both boomerangs this time, so he's doing much better.
Nice. I don't know why you wouldn't want a blue boomerang. What if you have to do left
Yeah.
side GT?
Exactly. Trust me, you and the rest of chat are in agreement here. And Skele finds the pearl nice and easy and Agina.
Fine. Whatever.
So with that pearl and hammer, Thieves is completely clearable now. We don't know if it's a pendant or not. Desert is clearable, and looks like Skele might be going back with a bomb jump here. Nicely done.
Yeah, that bomb boost is pretty cool. I usually just like go around Checkerboard Cave and like maintain in the out of bounds area around Checkerboard Cave and then jump down from there. If I'm coming from 45.
Yeah, krithel does pick up our magic powder there. So we went over this in the last seed, but powder. Well, we have the hammer, so we shouldn't be worrying about doing any clips into Magic Bat. It's in logic with the hammer anyway, but we often see a map wrap into Magic Bat, and we have to be a little bit careful because we can soft lock ourselves with the flippers.
Yeah, and that is not in logic because no map wraps are in logic, right?
Correct. We removed them from logic 2 years ago, I think now, maybe 2.5.
Yeah, because of the soft lock or the hard lock risks, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Bit of unfortunate squirrel placements there for krithel.
Yeah, I think krithel got blocked immediately, and then now Old Man Cave got blocked as well. So
Getting bullied by the
squirrels.
boulders. Skele ties us up for crystals, 1/1 each. But krithel is going to show us our East Death Mountain for the first time here.
Krithel down to 1 heart. Got blocked out of Old Man Cave, so could not refill there.
Being a little cautious here, and I totally understand that.
Yeah, mini moldarms can get a little squirrely. I'm a little concerned about when he jumps down though. Yeah, see that mini moldarm looked like it was on its way.
We're on blue mail, so we had an extra hit in us there, but still, it doesn't calm the nerves much. So Skele is climbing Hera because he has not yet got the hookshot from Hylia Island.
Yeah, and that's fine. Like you just kind of do this because it could be required as far as he knows.
Exactly. Alright, nothing out of Paradox Cave, and we're safe quitting, so Krithel's got a few options. Desert area being where our moon pearl is, but still got a few things to do other than that. Potentially
Yeah,
going to pot here.
Once Krithel gets Moon Pearl, the world's basically his oyster. Oh, he's going to pod. Okay.
Yeah, well, we both avoided pod like the plague in the previous game, so I guess
see.
we're doing the opposite in this one. Now, and
He'll do the opposite of what burned you the last seed.
yeah, and the other interesting thing here is that Krithel can basement clip, and we have potions. We've got a lamp, and we've got the hammer. So if it's a crystal, which we don't know just yet, Krithel can quite happily skip that bow requirement. And it is a crystal, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see a basement clip here from Krithel.
Skele, meanwhile, just gonna do all the stuff Krithel just did. And a few more hearts.
One thing, if you are going to basement clip, you want to keep your bomb count nice and high. If you don't have hammer, we have the hammer this time, so we're not going to have to worry about it. We had an unfortunate seed at some point in the tournament where someone ran out of bombs after basement clipping, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, we get a big key. Yeah, and Krithel and Skele are both hoverers, so this is the fastest way to get these checks.
Yeah, and it does save a good bit of time if you don't end up messing up.
Okay, well, yeah, nice bow-locked bow on right side pod here. Might still see the basement clip. Krithel's basement clipping skills are very fast, so it would be faster for him. But
yeah,
we do not have to.
I did see someone time it, and it is somewhat faster if you can set it up sufficiently fast. It is faster to just basement clip through instead of running all the way back around. Select buffers for the hammer jump here.
Okay, given we haven't done Dark Basement yet, it looks like we may indeed be going for the basement clip route.
Krithel leaving a fairy behind, I'm guessing because he wants to be able to use that potion. Or no, just powdered a fairy. I guess maybe just didn't see it in the dark. Meanwhile, we did see our pendants. I know Turtle Rock was one. I think Meyer was the other. Skullwoods was the other one. Thank you to our tracker, Other Tom. Is this okay?
Okay, Krithel, I think should have known that that was a key, but
okay, it is actually Thieves Town.
Pendant Thieves again.
I was wondering why. I was wondering why he was checking harmless hallway, but I guess maybe might have skipped something.
Yeah, key logic can be a bit hard to
Downstairs.
track here if you open one of the doors. So we are going for the basement clip, so anyone that's not familiar with this, we arm spin speed and use a potion in the doorway there to give us super speed. Oh, we pop out before we cancel super speed, which is good. We use the super speed to get into position in this bottom right hand corner and perform a teleport, putting us in this railing. And then it's a bunch of one frame movements to move us 1 pixel at a time slowly into this rail, allowing us to eventually bomb our way through it. Krithel using the hammer here to buffer the one frame movements.
Believe it or not, Skele's walking on air.
Nicely done for the basement clip there from Krithel. So this is one of them situations with the bow sitting in pod, knowing that you can do the basement clip pushes you here to find your bow, which means you may not ever care about your second bow.
And there's the second.
Skele finds the other bow, hook shot locked, excellent. So, a question from Gamma about the pixel movements. There are certain ones, I'm not 100% sure on which ones, but there are certain movements, if you make 2 pixel movements, you can just reset. You can just redo the last move, sorry.
Okay. I was a little concerned about Krithel, but with red mail still, or blue mail, still had a hit left. Well, I'm not 100% sure that he had spin speed armed there.
Looked like he was missing hammer hits that should have hit. Meanwhile, Skele with the old Scudge Woods.
Yeah, it's a great one.
It's one of those map wraps that is not in logic and would never honestly be required, but it's just kind of a convenient way to get to the other side of the map.
So, it's a bit early, but I think all we're looking for is the potential Maya Medallion and Samaria for this seed. We've got hookshot, flippers, and a glove. We need a glove for Ice Palace. Logically, we need 2 gloves to get in, but there are many ways into Ice Palace, so we're most likely going to avoid them. Avoid them if we can.
And you also want Samaria for Ice Palace, so that's probably just way down on the priority list at this point.
Yeah, 100%. I think at this point you're not going into Ice. You've got plenty of other options to do. So, classic hammer moth fight for Skele. Nicely done.
Nice hit on the up hammer there. That hitbox is not very big.
Rewarded with red mail. I think that's both items already.
Looks like there was a shovel as our second item.
Okay, so yeah, both items. Krithel picking up his mirror shield off of the bottle vendor and clearing up the rest of Kakariko here. And yeah, Skele heading out, so we got our items from here. Probably heading down to Vu, likely just doing the first 4 checks in Thieves Town as we did in the previous seed, and then priority here is also checking Maya Medallion. We have to clear Maya. We need that medallion to get in. You want to know that as soon as possible. Skele already has 2 out of the 3, so
yeah, I think he will do front 4 of Thieves Town because no one has ever fully skipped Thieves Town and gotten punished for it.
no, it's one of them things that doesn't happen. I mean, we have mirror as well, so front 4 here is super free with a quick mirror out.
Yeah, you could always do what Malmo did in that that seed, which was just do the front two of these town.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't get any of the dungeon items, you know there's at least only a maximum of one left you're getting after the first two, so... If you're really unlucky, you're just coming in here for 4 dungeon items and leaving everything else in the back of the dungeon. Okay, Krithel heading down south of the village here. Probably going to head into Desert Palace afterwards.
Yeah, now I have to wonder, like, how long is Skele gonna miss that hook shot for? Because he's probably just gonna do the south loop here.
Yeah.
And then maybe just blind check the island, because he can't. Oh, he doesn't have the flippers.
Yeah, and flippers are in Graveyard Ledge, and so he's not getting there very easily from the south route. Krithel's got a choice here to make, actually. If he goes to Landmo and could isolate Agina, which has his Moon Pearl. Now, isolating Moon Pearl is not terrible, because it's still logically required for a lot of things in HMG. But
yeah, but you've got 3 bottles, so, like, that kind of is a Moon Pearl, if you think about it.
Yeah. Well, Skele gets
Third medallion.
third medallion, yeah.
Well, what Skele really wants to see here is Bombos, because that is hard isolated for Krithel right now.
Yeah. Okay, Krithel picks up that mirror. Gonna check the big chest and then head out, most likely.
Right, because he still doesn't have a glove. Neither.
Yeah,
doesn't have a
exactly.
glove.
Okay, and our survey says we never know.
I did not see it. It was. I don't think the dive in the water was intentional. I think he was trying to go into Meyer's shed before checking the medallion, because he doesn't care what it is, but we do.
Yeah. And we may never see it at this point.
Oh no. No, Skele, why?
Well, that should remain a mystery for a while. Okay, Krithel's going to get his Moon Pearl here. That's good news for him. He's not going to isolate it. It opens up the rest of the Dark World for him.
Hopefully Skele mirrors here after Hype Cave and pops down to check the flipper stuff. He's that hook shot that he could have had 20 minutes ago and just, oh well, shrug.
Yeah, at this point it's not been too punishing, but it does make some things a lot quicker, like this boots clip, for example.
It would have meant that he wouldn't have had to hover hookshot cave, which is a significant difference.
Yeah.
Like a 20-30 second difference between the two.
Okay, nothing too spectacular out of Hype Cave.
Actually,
So we'll see here.
Those 2 hearts are probably appreciated, even though he has red mail. Like, being on 1 row of hearts is always a little teeth gritting.
Yeah, the hammer here looks like we're going north, leaving that hook shot for a little bit longer.
Oh. Okay. Well, it's only really needed for Swamp. Hopefully he checks that before trying to go into Swamp. Okay, we're doing the Pyramid Fairy swim the old way.
Yeah, at least our camera is high enough that we're going to see the item here.
Just a piece of heart.
Get some bow landmo from Krithel's side.
Uh-oh.
It's a bit of a dicey fight.
Krithel, please.
Okay. And brief. Yeah, with that mirror in hand after Pyramid Fairy, Skele heading into into Uncle and
Probably gonna do
Hyrule Castle
Gate.
here. Yeah.
Which is not a bad move from his point of view. Just, you know, from up here we can see that he missed something down below. We're still not interested in Swamp. Oh, this is East Dark Death Mountain. Okay, maybe we'll head there afterwards. Grab the overworld and then... Interestingly, TR is Quake, so that opens up, the Chain Chomp chest, but you would need some Mario for the rest of it.
Okay. Krithel does that jump every time, and it makes my heart jump every time as well. Because if you're in just the wrong place,
oh no, he's in glitch jail.
Bit too low. Yeah, if you're in just the wrong place, you end up smack bang in the center of that rock, and you were just stuck there.
Yep, I have definitely done that before.
But Krithel likes to do it this way, so all the power to him.
Yeah, what's crazy is in the dozens of ways I've found to softlock the game, I still haven't even scratched the surface.
Okay, it looks like Krithel is heading to Swamp like you were hoping for, so we're still looking. Yeah, sorry.
It's just density, really. It's like 6 items, you can get them all. Might as well. It's crystal.
Yeah. Exactly, we're going to have to come through here anyway, so it definitely makes sense. From his side, he's still looking for the glove, the fire rod, Samaria, and potentially a medallion. We'll never know.
Oh, we're getting the big chest. Okay, well, he can do that because he didn't flood the water, so he can just go back anytime.
Yeah, so that big chest is logically available with the Maya big key. So
yeah, it's kind of just convenient to pop over and use the Harabig on it too, rather than having to potentially search for the Swamp big key.
Yeah, you usually have a big key coming through here, so it's so much quicker to get that big chest there and then, rather than having to come back into the dungeon potentially after getting a big key on the boss or something stupid.
This is meta? I thought this was Zelda.
Okay, nothing in the back of Escape from Skele's side.
So for anyone wondering why Krithel's mirror didn't work there, since he entered the dungeon from the light world, he was actually in the fake dark world. The first mirror put him in the real dark world, and then he can use the mirror to get back into the real light world to flood the dam. That is actually vanilla behavior that has been patched out of no glitches, so that we can death warp and stuff. Oh, you can still access fake worlds through no glitches.
Okay, Skele's headed to Pod. Probably gonna get his silvers here. Krithel failing the clip means that he may skip them for a while in Hookshot Cave.
Remind me where Krithel's second sword was. Was it here in Pod?
Yeah, I was just thinking that. I think it was. I also don't remember where Skele got the fire rod, in all honesty. So...
Ooh, that might have been in Hookshot Cave. I mean, I don't anticipate Krithel staying out of there forever. Because it is 6 items over there, including Super Bunny.
Yeah, okay, our tracker at the Tom confirms it was in Hookshot Cave, the fire rod, so...
Did you just get a mushroom on Krithel's side? What do you think the witch is brewing up with that mushroom today?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, a Samaria would be nice. We need one of
Mario
those or
would
a
be
glove.
very nice. How do you make a magical cane out of a mushroom though? I guess it's a magic mushroom technically.
Yeah, exactly, and the color's right. I mean, if it was a blue mushroom, we'd be making a cane of burner instead, so...
True, very true.
Alright, there's our
Oh, yeah,
silvers
that's
on
right.
Skele's side.
Yeah, because the other bow was also in Hookshot Cave.
Master Sword Argus, horrible fight.
Yeah, you're so close to that tempered where you can just, dash, hook dash and pop all the puff balls with your tempered. And Master just feels bad.
Yeah, that's it. It's not dangerous. Like it's the same fight. It's just slow and it just feels bad.
Oh no, not even any rods. Just has to force.
Yep. No silver, no rods. But nicely done. Down goes Argus, putting Krithel at Crystal 4.
Yeah, so I only started HMG this year. I think my first save was in August. Or no, July. What month is it? Anyway, I was always, and like one thing that really surprised me is how like quickly things can escalate. Like even more than like in no glitches. Like sometimes yeah, you go to the right spot, but here the way that you group checks up is just can put you in go mode really fast.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's one of the things I love about the mode, and you also have the opposite. So much of the world is open so early. Like there is some terrible locations for some items.
Yeah, I think my first ever HMG seed was a 45-minute ice rod hunt. So yeah, it can definitely bully you.
My first ever HMG seed when I was learning was a hook shot upstairs in Hera. And I was only just learning the logic that you would obviously have to unlock the Hera big key door with the Maya big key, and so I was convinced the seed was broken because I couldn't get there, and I had no hook shot, and I thought that Hera pot made sense, but I couldn't do that, so it was a fun one. Okay, so Krithel hopefully is going to give us our Maya medallion check here. Meanwhile, Skele goes the long way to Helma.
The other thing that I was surprised by is flippers can actually be one of those ice rod hunts as well, because all it really locks is swamp.
Yep, exactly. Fake flippers being a logic, and Mitz is the other one. Mitz only locking Ice Palace, which is only 3 items, and then Smith and Purple Chest.
Yeah, that's why it's really... It's not required, obviously, but like it's really good to know the alternate ways into Ice Palace, because those myths can be a lot of really uncomfortable spots.
I'm surprised that neither of our runners have headed to GT just yet. We've got Hookshot and Hammer, so we do have to clear GT.
Well, Skele doesn't have the hook shot.
This is true.
But yeah, in Krithel's spot, it might make a bit of sense. GT is also kind of a weird thing because it's always just a one-way check, and like even though there's a lot of stuff in there, it's still a big time commitment to check all that stuff. So I've seen a lot of differing opinions on when to go to GT.
Alright, Skele bringing us to an equal 4 crystals each.
Oh,
Getting
we
this rain is
rearmed-
excellent
we
here.
rearmed Brain State.
Yeah, I have never
That-
seen that. But this is great.
Does that mean we need to rescue the princess again to clear the rain?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's our only solution at this point. Okay, Skele, meanwhile, is heading into Pendant Eastern.
Yeah. I guess we'll see. Like, if he rips a glove out of here, it might be good.
Yeah.
It is green pendant as well, so it's kind of convenient to just, you know, delete those knights with silvers and jump down and see what Saha's got.
And with no flippers and no hook shot and no glove, there's not a lot of great options for Skele yet.
Oh yeah, both Skele should know both bows are out of logic because it's behind the hook shot.
Yeah, I mean for Skele, he needs a sword, a glove, flippers, Samaria on top of that hook shot. So I don't think it's terrible to be here.
Bow could lock 2 items here because green pendant requires bow. But it could only be 1.
Okay, and krithel meanwhile heading into front of escape.
Yeah, it could be slightly easier with Master Sword, but... Well, of course I say that, and we flub a key guard. I hate flubbing that key guard because when you're in a run like NMG, like that's just kind of an instant reset because it's a minute 30 into the run, and it's like, okay, well, let's start a run where I don't mess up on literally the first enemy.
Yeah. So Skele did do big key chest in Eastern, and just got the compass. Last seed did it as well, and just got the map. So a little bit of wasted time, but you don't know until you kill the boss if there's an item there. So if you leave it, you're leaving it forever, most likely. And in game 1, we did not have the lamp, and Skele managed to shoot, I think it was 4 popos before managing to hit the green Igor. So.
Ooh, good question. Is Skele gambling? I don't think so.
No, Skele's done every check, yeah.
I think I saw him do... Yeah, okay.
Yeah, big key chest was just the compass, just as I was saying.
Yeah, if you're committing to every check and not gambling, then doing big chest last is the best order. You can get a spin speed off those stairs and actually get out of the room before the skeletons are even done falling. Krithel checking back of escape the long way. Oh, because we have to. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, with flippers, you can do the swim clip to get in, but if you're already in here, I guess.
Oh, there's a glove on green pendant.
Wow. I mean, there's still
glove.
Yeah, exactly. There's still 1 glove out there, so Krithel's going to need 1 of them. But Skele having that glove already is nice for him.
Wonder if that interests him in Ice Palace at all. Okay, we're getting a hobo check, but importantly, still not a Highly Island check, which is fine. You can just swim clip to it later.
Yeah, he'll probably look at it on the way.
Yeah, you can. That's a good point by Malmo. You can get a fake flipper after the mushroom turn in to do back of escape. I honestly, that's one of those clips that I just don't do because I hate it. I never remember what the right positioning is, and then if you're wrong, you're soft blocked and you have to reset.
Krithel cleaning up food. There's Skele's second. There's the second sword that Krithel had.
That's where the second sword was. Okay.
Yeah, Skele should run past the Hylia Island here and see the hook shot. May decide to just leave it and get it out of the next save and quit.
Yeah, it depends on how committed he is to the Zora check.
Okay, yeah.
There's that hook shot I could have had 45 minutes ago.
Okay, so this puts Skele in Samaria Flippers Go mode. We know those flippers are in Graveyard Ledge, which Skele isolated early by doing King's Tomb. So, all in all, we're just looking for Samaria and potentially that other glove just for information's sake now.
Yeah, and we still don't know if that Bombos that Skele got out of King's Tomb is required because that is something that Krithel isolated.
We do have it tracked by other Tom as Quake on Maya. I didn't see it, but I'm going to trust Tom here. So, unfortunately for Skele, I don't think it's going to pay off. And Krithel's tracker actually also has it marked as Quake. So.
Let's see. Bombos not required, but yeah, we'll see how long it takes Skele to get back to Graveyard Ledge.
Yeah, and likewise, Krithel has to make his way up to Hookshot Cave. He's in this area now. Looks like he may be heading to Skull, but without that fire rod. It's a bit unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm gonna clear the whole front of Skull here just to realize that there's no items here. Because they're both in the back.
Okay, Skele's doing Spike Cave here, possibly into GT, although we did reset the camera, so I'm not 100% sure. Fire Rod is in Hookshot Cave, which Krithel went to go to early, but failed the jump off of the bottom and got stuck rather than getting the wrap. And then went to go back a second time, I think, and got stuck somewhere else, so...
Yeah, but I mean, from a density standpoint, Krithel has a lot better reason to go to Hookshot Cave than Skele has to go to the Graveyard Ledge.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
So we'll see. Ooh, big key first chest. Fantastic. Love to see it. And GT just paying off immediately. The flippers are in Graveyard Ledge, and they are required because Swamp Palace is a crystal.
Yeah, so this is a winners bracket match, so best of 3. So if Skele takes this, he'll be continuing on in this bracket, and Krithel will then move down to the lower bracket, or vice. If Krithel wins this, it's 1-1, and there'll have to be a game 3 scheduled. But the whoever moves down to the lower bracket has a while to wait for an opponent.
Is this also going into GT?
Yeah, it looks that way. I mean, it makes sense, right? There's 20 odd items in here.
For sure. There's 17 available without King.
Yeah, There we go. And so
Wait,
for best
I
case
guess
scenario,
I guess the top. I guess the top is available because the big key is here.
that's true. Best case scenario for Krithel here is we find a pair of gloves. That's not so great for Skele if he finds the mitts, because that logically opens up Ice Palace for him. Which is just gonna... he needs to clear it, so it's not terrible, but we would like some area before we go there, and the flippers are not there, so...
Right. And there is that glove. So
Okay. So that is
importantly,
good news for Krithel, but he does need to get that fire rod out of Hookshot Cave.
He will also find his silvers in Hookshot Cave.
Yeah.
Always love to see skeletons in the fairy pack. And you never have to worry about health in GT.
Oh, unfortunate.
Helmosaur really wanted Skele there.
Almost twice.
On him.
Oh, and there's the cane. So we now know where everything is, but these guys don't. Skele is, of course, going to do right side here. Krithel is not going to end up doing right side here, not having that fire rod. Knows it can't be there, is going to skip that forever, and will probably just climb. But that puts a bit of a clock on Skele to get back to Graveyard Ledge for the flippers, because Hookshot Cave is going to be soon on Krithel's mind. He's not got too many other high-density checks left.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely doing that before he's doing any pendant dungeon.
100%, yeah. And although Krithel only has one glove, there is going to be no problem at all for him getting into Ice Palace. He has every option open to him with the Flippers Wrap, the Mirror Wrap, or the YBA, so...
Yeah, and Krithel's been around for a while, so, you know, probably just has all that knowledge on hand.
Yeah, I think I saw him practicing the YBA just before Game 1, so... very confident he's not going to be concerned. Alright, Skele going to climb here. Makes total sense, and I think Krithel probably going to do the same. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well. Like, it is semi-fast to leave the climb till the end, but neither of these runners are in go mode, so your go mode could just be up here. So it makes sense to do it now.
Well, I was talking about Ice Palace, Malmo.
Yeah, I think her question is why YBA when you can just mirror wrap.
Yeah, I don't know. I only recently learned the YBA, but I prefer it.
Yeah.
There's just that little hint in the back of my head every time I don't go too high in the mirror wrap, and then I do that and I stay too far south and I get stuck in the wall instead. So good times.
The old hard lock hellway. Funny little thing when you glitch the game that for some reason it doesn't like when you do anything that you want and skip past its barriers, so sometimes it's does a funny little infinite screen scroll.
struggles in the gauntlet from both of them. Skele emulating my average land mode to Silver's fight.
Yeah, krithel on the other hand, no silvers, no rods. Just gonna have to. I mean, this tempered is certainly a godsend. Definitely an upgrade over the Master Sword he had for Landmo 1, but still not exactly the fastest thing ever. I guess could have tried for the Smaria double spin. He does have some.
Yeah.
But that strat is something I'd classify as fairly niche. It's just buried in like a 30-second blurb in the FMG video, so I don't really ever see people do it, especially not in rando. And Skele very smartly waiting out that jingle because jingle glitch is not patched in HMG. or is it?
No, it is not.
Okay.
So. Yeah, luckily for our no glitches players, it is patched out of no glitches now. It didn't used to be, so it could be quite painful there as well. But if you're not careful, you get the jingle just as you jump up the stairs on the same frame, and then all of your sprites despawn, and you are left to mirror and reclimb the dungeon.
Yeah, I was actually racing vanilla preset last weekend, and someone jingle glitched in GT, and they're mostly a rando player, and they didn't realize, oh, this is rolled as a no logic seed because some of the key placements are not possible under rando logic. So yeah, that was a fun little explanation we had to give.
Okay, krithel does not skip validation chest this time. We did in the last seed, and there was potential for flippers to be there.
Oh, you can roll a seed without logic while retaining fixes? That's cool. Oh, for you mean through the Plando thing?
Yeah, you use Customizer to do that.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it would fire with impossible placements, but maybe... Skele is setting up a Clipe. I think he's too high. Yeah, just wasn't quite on the right pixel there. That's fine, that trick is impossible anyway.
100% impossible as krithel just walks through the wall. Yeah, so krithel saved up quite a bit of time there on Skele. So it's really now a race between krithel getting back to Hookshot Cave and Skele getting back to Graveyard Ledge.
Malvo in chat saying that some people use vanilla preset for glitch speedruns. I don't believe you. I don't think anybody's ever done that.
Okay, krithel taking the fast route with his fake flute back to the Maya area here. So the reason we fake fluted to Village of Outcast rather than Maya is we do need to make a screen transition to put ourselves back into the Dark World. And if you come straight to the Maya area, you're going out just to clip back in. So I actually don't know which one's faster.
He also only has one glove, so I think he was required to do it that way.
Yeah, I was thinking he could have fluted to 6 and then dashed right, but then I don't know if you get stuck in the terrain. Really good point from Malmo there. krithel can't do Ice Palace. He doesn't have a Fire Rod or Bombos, so he's got no reason to come. Oh, well, I mean, fire can be inside Ice Palace, but you really don't want to come here unless it's a last resort without either fire source.
Right, so, like, and And also, like, Ice Palace is one of those dungeons that people will just put it off forever because it's so much faster to do it in Go mode.
Yeah, with Samaria, and we get a nice God Maya, so Krithel going for the hover. And very nicely gets it. We're setting up Spooky with no fire rod.
He's a fast technique hoverer. I can tell by how much dust he's kicking up. Oh, maybe he just likes chucking blocks into pits. I mean, it seems like a fun activity.
Okay, we've remembered that we don't have the fire rod. Yeah, I also sometimes get my hand just in the right place, so the shoulder button goes crazy while I'm hovering.
Yeah, some people actually grip the controller such that they press down the shoulder buttons for hovering.
Yeah.
No, Steven uses that grip to kind of stabilize the controller using the rest of his fingers. Steven's commonly known as Scrivo speedrunner.
If I'm hovering, I'm left-handed, so I hover with my left hand, and then it means I've got the shoulder buttons in the palm of my right hand, because I also hover in hand, not on the desk.
Alright, I wasn't scared. You were scared.
Yeah. Look, no one has ever died on 13 Heart Blue Mail Vitreous. Okay, and Skele through Ice Palace here hasn't found anything, as far as I'm aware. Well, we know there's not much to find, so...
Well, Puff Party here, but with half magic, and you can just burn them down with the fire rod.
Just a little party.
What kind of songs do you think they play at a Puff Party?
I feel like there's going to be some Snoop Dogg played.
Probably. Ice Ice Baby, probably.
That's another good one, yeah. Alright, so Krithel didn't get his items out of Maya, so he's got one more item left in here he's going to come back through and look for.
Yeah, and I like even though you're not in Go mode, I like just going to the boss, because your item could just be there, and your opponent gets a Godmire and you don't, then that's like a significant amount of time that you're giving up. So yeah, just delay your potential Go mode until you verify that yes, you actually do have to do everything here.
Yeah, and Skele is also heading to Maya by the looks of it. Skele will full clear it, same as Krithel is, so there's not a big time difference here, but Krithel's running out of things to do. So Hookshot Cave has to be on his mind.
Is Skele gonna be able to get back through there?
We're close. I'm not sure.
It looks a little sus. No. Sag.
We have mids, so it's not the worst in the world.
So you can just clip to the portal. So it's fine, but like you hate to see it. Don't clip too far in, or else you end up doing the Ice Rod map route.
Yeah, one bump too high. There we go. Okay, and on Krithel's side, it looks like our last item is in Big Key Chest, which is the most unfortunate layout. But like I said, Skele's probably going to end up doing exactly the same thing, so it's really not the worst. I think the big question is, what does Krithel do at this point? Clear up these other checks in desert area, but do we go for fireless ice with no mitts?
I have to think he just gets back to Hookshot Cave before anything like that. Like you said,
I really hope so.
it's like a desperation play, basically. And you know, this far into a seed, and you're not like an hour 3, and you're not in go mode is, I'd say like for HMG about 50% of the time you're definitely in go mode under an hour. So it's getting to that point where it's like, okay, is my opponent in go mode and just cleaning up dungeons at this point?
Yeah.
Also enjoys chucking blocks into pits. That does actually have a purpose, even though it seems funny. So that actually sets up Link's height variable so that this this upcoming glitch will work. Skele being
Nicely done.
the actual boss of Meyer, which is remembering that he hasn't hit the switch yet.
And
So,
nobody knows AD Spooky too. Okay. Oh, krithel is gonna get bombos here. That's really not good.
Oh, that might push him into Ice Palace.
Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about. I mean, he has to clear ice, so it's not terrible, but Skele is now at 6 out of 7 crystals and just needs them flippers from Graveyard Ledge. Krithel is only at 5 crystals, so the 6th crystal will be good for him. Yeah, looks like that's where he's heading.
So Skele is definitely on a clock, but I think he got a bit more time added to that clock. Alright. Well done by Krithel.
Nicely done on the map wrap.
Did it very fast. Normally I see people be a lot more careful in that hardlock hallway, but yeah, nice confident traversal through there.
I don't remember if there was an item in the first chest. Oh, Krithel's gonna go back for it anyway, so.
Yeah, this is what I normally do. Yeah, and kind of. Oh.
I think we're gonna steal the small key, but not needed.
Okay, just didn't want to leave the Pingator chest behind, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, worst case scenario, Pengator is your big key, and you really get burnt if there's an item in the big chest. So some people really prefer to just get it out of the way early.
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Okay. Almost soft lock there, but got a pretty lucky boost. Oh, we're going the bomb jump route?
Apparently. Interesting.
Oh, Krithel does that strat on purpose, I see. So you actually can soft block there. Basically, you have to, what is it, release your D-pad during the bomb boost, because you can't, or during the screen transition. Of course, you have to hold down to transition the screen, but then you have to let go to not soft block.
A nice fellow IPPJ hoverer. which really screws me over when I play the rare non-glitched mode seed that I play. And I end up in ice with no boots, and I have to do my PPG. I can do it, but my muscle memory is not there for sure. Okay, so Skele has got his 6th crystal, cleared out Maya, and is doing the smith checks.
This may actually be good for Skele. This may prompt him to take the purple chest up to Graveyard Ledge just to clean it up. Because we don't really have an easy way to get that purple chest down to the guy. And you can just ditch the purple chest anytime you want.
Yeah, the big issue here is that Skele's clock is actually a lot shorter than we may think, because he has not unlocked Swamp yet. I think?
No, I don't think he's been into Swamp at all. But, like, he's going to be able to do it all in one go, which Krithel was as well, but... Like...
But for Krithel, it's just back of Skull.
Okay.
It's a lot faster, so...
Yeah, especially because he can just do Scudgewoods and...
Yeah, so Fire Rod is in Hookshot Cave. Krithel had an unfortunate glitch jail incident, and then a second attempt to get there failed also. And Flippers are in Graveyard Ledge for Skele. So it's really a race between these two of who gets to each of those checks.
And now he just left the portal on the other side of that hammer peg, so that tells me that he's not going back to the Dark World. So, he will not be doing Graveyard Ledge, I think. Okay, he's not even bothering to activate his flute, just gonna take the purple chest down.
Silvers are after Fire Rod, they're in your last chest, so depending on who you are, depends on if you get them.
Yeah, I think those other checks are fast enough that I would normally get them. I usually don't go out of my way for like silvers or extra swords or anything, but like you're already in the cave and they're fast enough. They're on the way out that I think he ends up getting them.
I think with Hookshot I get them. If I'm hovering, I probably don't.
Yeah, if you're hovering, just don't bother with it.
If I'm hovering and it's like chest 2, I'd probably check chest 3. Oh, Skele's going to Graveyard Ledge here. This is...
Okay.
Back to the clock on Krithel's side.
Yeah, now it's a clock on Krithel. Krithel has basically until Skele gets to the big chest room on the second visit to get that Fire Rod.
Okay, so we're hoping here for Krithel to just safe quit to the mountain and beeline to Hookshot Cave. There's not too much left, I think. Krithel hasn't done Eastern and still has the Back of Thieves. I mean, Back of Thieves was what it was last time, so...
Well, there's only one item in the Back of Thieves, and it's pendant, so that's probably the planned last location. And I think this is Eastern.
Yeah, this is unfortunate.
Oh boy. Now, I always forget this teleport exists, even though you do use it in the speedrun. I always just go up the right side like it's no glitches.
Yeah, especially with Eastern being green pendant here, I don't see Krithel leaving. Like, you can say maybe if you get 2 items at the front, you just like, oh crap, I've also got Hookshot Cave and there's 6 items up there with Super Bunny. Oh no, I think there's only 4 because I think he did Super Bunny before jumping down.
I don't think so. I think he just clipped to the east side, jumped down right away. I don't think he went to Super Bunny.
Oh well, then yeah, 6 items over there.
Because you mentioned that jumping off the
oh right, that's
has the soft block risk.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so Skele's finished the swamp unlock. We came from Hera. We had the small key there, so we didn't have to come back through Maya. We've unlocked swamp. We're back into swamp proper now. And we're on our way.
Yeah, and good point by chat. Like krithel, because he soft blocked going to Hookshot Cave twice. Yeah, it's dense, but like a lot of runners have the mindset that if you mess up going somewhere and your progression is there, well, your opponent probably didn't mess up, and they've probably had that item for a while. So you're basically just committing to the time loss if you go back and check it.
Yeah.
So he's just kind of hoping that it's nothing and he gets to skip it and then take a little time that way.
Yeah, Skele fully in go mode, not checking anything here. Absolutely no need to. Gold Sword isn't going to speed us up really.
No, it just makes the Ganon fight a little comfier, but runners of this caliber, like, you're just going to be able to do a tempered silvers fight just as fast with tempered as with gold. Ooh. Was krithel too low there, or did that almost
I think
frame roll
by
that
like,
arrow?
I'm not too sure. If he was low, it was by like a pixel. Okay, Skele got the much comfier. Oh, really nice fight.
Oh, still pulled off the zero cycle, even though he failed the hook dash twice.
Okay, so that is Skele at 7 crystals, and a quick dash over to Ganon is going to be all that he needs. krithel going to hand in the green pendant, and we'll see if he hits go mode before Skele finishes.
Yeah, so real close, really nice back and forth race. And one person had to hit go mode first, so yeah, fun race.
Gonna get that mushroom turned in. Oof.
Thanks for thanks for commentating with me.
Yeah, no, it's been great. I appreciate you joining me. It's nice to do double duo comms rather than doing solo.
Yeah, I've done a few solo comms, and like it really does feel like just talking to yourself or shouting out into the ether. So it's definitely nice to have a partner for comms.
Okay, where's krithel heading? We are heading to the mountain.
I'm not sure he has any better options left.
No. Skele on phase 3 here. krithel checking Spike Cave.
Yeah, Spike Cave makes sense. It's a location that, like, if it has something, you usually don't check it until very late. Ooh, nice silverless slash there by Skele. And a bit of a dangerous arrow setup there, but all right. Pig's dead, swords up. Get your GGs in chat.
Yep, Skele finishes
Skele
with an
will-
official time of 1 hour, 17 and 55 seconds. My apologies. And krithel forfeits. So we'll see if we get these guys in for an interview very shortly. And looks like we are going to be joined by krithel.
Yeah, and I can only imagine you went through that much of a seed and probably just watching the race room, waiting for the dot done. As we are indeed joined by krithel, GG.
GG.
Yeah, that was. Oh, and we're joined by Skele. GG, Skele.
GG.
Yo, GG's.
So it was a really good race between you guys. It was a lot of back and forth, and some early plays kind of made the game a bit exciting. Where Skele did not check Graveyard Ledge early, but did check King's Tomb, so had bombos for a long time, and then so we weren't sure on the Maya Medallion, and krithel had an unfortunate soft lock on the way to Hookshot Cave, and I assume decided that that was a place that didn't exist anymore.
I mean, at that point, I felt so far behind that, yeah, the only way I was winning is if I made some big skips, and that was the big skip.
Yeah, that makes sense. Honestly, when I found the flippers, I thought I was toast. I almost didn't even bother checking Graveyard Ledge at that point. Just thinking, like, this is something that he probably got, like, 5 minutes into the seed or something. I should just go to TR or something, I don't know, but I decided to do it anyway. And I was also already feeling bad about the whole Eastern thing, because I wasn't sure if I really wanted to do Eastern. And then when I finally got the glove out of it, I was like, yay, I needed that for Go mode. And then when I found out where the other glove was, I wasn't so happy about that anymore.
Yeah, totally understandable. I mean, we were talking about exactly the same thing in chat. You know, we saw that glove on Green Pendant and thought, that's a real big boon for you. And then we saw that other glove in GT, which was really good for krithel at the time. And then krithel was ahead on crystals for a long time. And like I said, there was a lot of back and forth. It was a really good race. It just came down to those two locations in the end. And basically who got back to their last location sooner.
It's always really funny when this happens with, usually it's like King's Tomb, actually. But in this case, it was the other way around, where you pick one and then you just skip the other one forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, normally I do Graveyard Ledge, but I found bombs somewhere. And if I have bombs early, I figure I might as well do King's Tomb, because Graveyard Ledge I might be able to do with Back of Escape later.
I've definitely been on the other end of that. Just make a choice, and there's never really a great way to ever get back to King's Tomb. But like you said, there's a couple more opportunities to get back to Graveyard Ledge. So
Yeah, and we did see a bit more interesting logic in this seed with the bow locked bow. So they had the bow on right side pod, and the other bow was also in Hookshot Cave in this. So Skele did end with silvers.
Okay.
There was a bit of a discussion just out of curiosity, krithel. So I think Hookshot was bonkable chest, and silvers were the last chest, the top one. Do you think you'd have got the silvers?
There? No,
Okay,
not a chance.
No, that's
assuming
fair.
I'm doing it. The problem is, it's assuming I'm doing it when I'm Go mode, and I'm just not sure I ever do. I think if I'm doing it, I'm just doing it way earlier.
Yeah, that's totally understandable.
Like, it's pretty tough when you leave that stuff that late to ever be convinced, just because, you know, obviously. I hadn't seen anything that I thought, oh, Skele might have skipped that. I mean, obviously you can always skip something, but like nothing at that seed made me feel like I wasn't massively behind. So
I totally understand. Yeah, and I mean, you know, that's the decision you have to take sometimes, because especially in a seed like this, like you said, if Skele did Graveyard Ledge earlier, I mean, you'd have been in Go mode a lot earlier, but you didn't, and you made the gamble there, and it's just the way it goes. Like I said, it was a great race from both of you. It was really nice to see the super fast basement clip from you, krithel. We had a bit of a giggle when we saw the bow, obviously, in pod, knowing that we were just discussing the fact that we'd hopefully see a basement clip from you.
I was never using that bow. Even when I went back out to get the unnecessary harmless hellway, I was never going to use the bow. I don't know how to do those rooms. They're too hard.
I was commenting on the same as you and I are very similar in the fact that I also hover IPBJ, and I was saying that in non-glitched races, and if I don't have the boots when I get that, I actually really have to think about what I'm doing in that room.
I'd struggle so much nowadays. I don't do it because it's faster. I do it because I can't remember what IPBJ is. It's been so long.
Exactly.
It's like me doing Dark Maze and Pod forwards. Like I don't really remember how to do it forwards anymore.
Impossible. Absolutely
Yeah.
impossible. How does anyone do that nowadays? Backwards, dead easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even out of the door, like no logic has got me down through that door, no problem. But doing it the other way in the dark is, I don't know where you're going. So I think with that, that moves krithel down to what is an extremely stacked lower bracket because, as Malmo points out in chat, we've got Nobly versus Obscure. The winner of that goes into facing Chex, a previous tournament winner. The winner of Chex versus that person goes into facing Tam, our last tournament winner, which will then be facing krithel. So that is going to be a gauntlet to make through. And that puts Skele up into the what is the finals, waiting for the lower bracket to finish up of the upper bracket, and that will be decided by the winner of Gamachu and Bredkun, who, if I'm not mistaken, are playing tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys have anything else you want to talk about the seed or anything, but if not, I think that's going to close this up here.
Thanks for the restream.
Yeah, thanks for restream. It's fun 2 races.
Yeah,
Luck
I had a
in
great
the,
time.
lower
with
bracket.
Good luck in the upper.
Yeah, so I'll say thanks to Sean for joining me on comms this time. Rokin for joining me on comms on the previous one. Thank you very much to Other Tom for tracking both of our races. Thank you to SpeedGaming for hosting us. And thanks to everybody for watching. And we'll hopefully see you in the next one.
Have a nice day, everyone.